This is Sausage Meals on Wheels. I was having a conversation earlier today with my friend. I was bringing her to work. I'm like her chauffeur now, just for a couple of more days. But we were just talking about how people behave and how it's causing a fight. People behave differently to each other. It's causing a fight. Like the girl got upset. Someone must have offended her at the theater, Black Theater in Dallas a couple of years ago. She took a gun out and shot the woman in her head. Well, actually, I don't know where she shot her, but she killed her. Probably shot her in the head. Killed her. An actor, two actors fighting. It happens. It does. It happens in theater. It's always fights. Sometimes there's fights in theater. But someone must have insulted someone and just didn't care because she thinks that, the woman is average. She thinks she's better than the woman, so she gets to say whatever she wants. But really, we're not supposed to be just saying whatever we want. Two people are about people. You can explain who you are. You can say, I am. Be subjective and talk about yourself. But you're not supposed to, talk about you and compare yourself to someone else. I mean, everybody has human integrity for themselves. And everybody loves themselves. Everybody thinks highly of themselves. We're not supposed to be offending people, and who people are. Their identity, And so that's probably what happened. The young woman the woman probably got mad and took a gun out and shot the other actor woman in the head because she wasn't mindful. And so we have to make sure that we're mindful and we're careful the way that we treat other people. Hold on. Careful and mindful of the things that we say, too. Especially if we're talking about a subject or talking about something, talking about other people, you could be objective in your conversation, like talking about a topic, and use somebody else as an example, but you don't want to offend someone. I really talk about that. Here. Oh my gosh, come right back. And then on top of that, they don't even know. Don't even recognize that whatever they're saying is to downgrade someone else and make somebody else feel belittled. That's a human rights violation. You don't want to belittle the law. Belittling another country's people, making them think that, their people are not smart, their people are not bright. All you're going to offer them while you're on your leadership duty is a job, okay? Just enough for them to be able to, get themselves a sandwich, okay? Can you live like that? You cannot live like that. Only offering someone enough for a sandwich. That's not a livable wage. We just said it was over $7 an hour. Then they let this other stranger for $100,000 control their computer system to make it so they incriminate their business. Well, good luck to them. That sounds like a class action case, especially if it's more than one person involved that's being deprived. Okay? You don't want to have leaders that are like, oh, well, we're refusal of services. Okay, yes, we did agree to allow immigrants to work, okay? But immigrants want to have a place to live, okay? We didn't agree to give them a place to live. So that means that they should not have enough money to have a place to live. That means that the American citizen, the one who was born in the United States, okay, because now, our Constitution, is talking about for American rights, and somebody else is giving civil liberties to all these immigrants, talking about, the American citizen, taking care of the immigrants, giving them civil rights that they don't have. They don't have the civil right to tell us where they want to stay. They don't have a civil right to tell us where they want to work. They don't have a civil right to tell us that they're supposed to have a better opportunity because they work for the police. I'm sorry. I tried to ask the police officer one day if he could help me to pay a ticket to get on the bus because they had changed the price. What did the Chinese, what did they do in Boston? There was a situation where I think must have missed the bus time, or maybe the price had increased. Something weird happened. But they said that I couldn't get on the bus, and then I went and told the police officer. The policeman didn't know. I was really just doing some research to see what he would say, because everybody else is doing whatever they want when they go around the police. So I went to the policeman and told him what happened, and he went to talk to the bus service company to see if they would change their mind to let me get on the bus, or, to find a seat. And they said no, and they said all she can do is get on the next bus. Or I think I might have had paid to or something, had missed the bus time or something. It was something that happened. But whatever it was, they weren't going to give me either my money back, or they weren't letting me on the bus, whatever it was. So the policeman went and paid for my bus ride for me to get home, because they refused to assist me or to give me the bus time or the bus change or the amount. I don't know, something different happened, but either I didn't have enough, or they changed it and they wouldn't let me. I don't know. There was something that happened that day. But whatever it is, the police doesn't have any rights either over people's businesses. Okay, so I don't know why people think, he was a very nice policeman who was compassionate for me from, this was at the South Boston, this was in Boston, this was at the South Station. He was very, very nice. Okay, and he was helpful to me, but okay, he was not allowed to change the company's mind. Okay, there was another situation where, I contacted Protective Services and I told him I have a family member that's missing. He listened to me, but could he go over there and deal with my family problems? No, he couldn't, but I still had to tell him, because people make fun of people all the time, especially if you're missing a loved one or a family member out of your household, or if you need something. People are making fun of people because they don't have what they need. Okay, I need to have all my family members in the household. Nobody cares about what these immigrants need. I don't know why somebody is hiring immigrants to think that they have the right to trespass and loiter on the business property. You don't.
$7 is it? For $7 it will cost like $2. Could you please grab one bigger cup?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you, ma'am? You okay?
Hi. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you? You okay?
I'm good. Yes.
Now,
I didn't even look over there.
No, it's
I understand what you're talking about. You're dropping out.
Good morning.
Yeah. In there.
Oh, sorry, sir. No, go ahead. No, I'm right here with this guy. Oh, thank you. Hi. Okay, just this here for Verity. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Okay.
Have a good day.
Yes, you too, sir. You know, and then the immigrants, they're like, oh, why people work so hard? You know, everything is not free in the United States of America, okay? Everything is not free. You should know that we have to get up and go to work, same as you, okay? Public services is used temporarily for people who need to have some kind of assistance, and I hope that we can make it so we have a better federal state healthcare program, because in case of emergency, our service people need to be able to have some place to go to have health care, okay? This is a federal state. We should have housing, and we should have food stamps, food assistance, and we should have dental and health care coverage, and vision coverage, and hearing aid coverage, okay? Because this is just my opinion, because this is a federal state. A federal state is not a state for immigrants. Let's just get that together. A federal state is not a state for immigrants. We do not pay any tax money for immigrants, okay? We pay a federal state for the American citizens to live. What does that mean? That means that we should have all access to everything that we need here. That means that if any black African American person came to the state of Texas to live, okay, or any other American born, any U.S. born citizens came to the United States to live, they should be able to live, okay? You should be able to have the basic necessities that you need based on your income, okay? That's what the federal funding is for. It's not for, us to just keep trying to advance immigrants. It doesn't matter, okay? That's not a socialist movement, because even socialists have to still respect the human rights and the civil rights laws, okay? This state can't have any socialists. Why? Because it's completely a federal state, okay? You can have socialists in states that actually pay taxes, for immigrants, okay? It's a state income tax that you're looking for, okay? This state does not pay state income taxes, okay? In the other states, the immigrant can be the leader, the immigrant can have a place to live, the immigrant can, have a job, the immigrant can probably think that they're a human being up to a certain level of income, okay? And so having that certain level of income doesn't mean that, so having that, minimum of income, which is the medium level of income, that's the maximum, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't have a place, doesn't mean that you don't have enough for you to buy the necessities that you need, or to buy the things that you want, or to pay for your own husband, or to pay for your own housewife, or to pay for, your own maid, or whatever, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't pay for those things, okay? What it means is that you just cannot be in our federations, okay? Here in Texas State, there's no immigrants in our federations at all, okay? If we say we do not pay a group of people any money, we do not keep saying that I am your family member, even as a Haitian person. The answer is no, okay? You had to have been there before the law, before it was an executive law, which is like it's 2025. All of the politicians, okay, who invited the immigrants here from off the street in Haiti, you have to return back to the mark, because I'm not caring for your Haitians. Like I know that those immigrants are worth $0. Like I know I'm all about my money. Do not ever think to leave anything anywhere that is worth $0. If you do not like someone, you can't take care of them, return them back to their countries. Thank you. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hello. How are you this morning? I'm good, thank you. Huh? Oh, me too. I brought my friend to work today. And now, here you are. Thank you so much. And now I'm just going to work until maybe for like another hour or two. And then I'll lay down and relax until for my evening job. Yeah. So I'm working like an 8 to 9 hour. You know, I work like part-time in the morning and then part-time in the evening time.
If I had a car, I've had a driver's license since I was 15. So I miss having a car.
Yes,
I
yes.
do. I delivered pizza a long time ago for Pizza Hut.
Oh, really? You'll get back there when you're ready.
Well, I gotta have a car.
I know.
So,
Oops, excuse me. Do you take Gozo?
I hate those.
Oh, okay. So how do you get around?
A long time ago, and they get bailed to me.
So how do you get around?
Well, I go Uber.
Oh, you do Uber.
I rather do Uber. I like them. I trust them better. And Lyft is so expensive.
Oh, you think so? I used to think Lyft was a little bit cheaper, but
Yeah, they used to be.
Oh.
Because if I have to use that much money to get somewhere, I better be going somewhere.
yes. Okay, well, thank you. You too. Have a good day. Okay.
Too hard.
Oh, I won't. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I can't believe it. My phone is finally getting silent for me with all these phone calls. I'm so happy. My Lord. And yeah, so we just have to make sure that we have everybody's civil liberties in order. The other thing too is everybody keeps, with this whole communication thing with these ICE agents and with these, what are they? CIA agents, looking for opportunities. I'm your model. Okay, great. Okay. And then you're going to try to sell someone else over me who's a model too. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay. You don't need to try to hire another human being over our human being. Okay. Someone in the human rights committee needs to really deal with that. I don't understand why we have, senators out here, who get paid a little bit of money, or even House of Representatives, because it's probably their enforcement with legal policy, okay, who do not know that you are supposed to enforce the law. You only get paid so much money. You are not allowed to sit up here and let the immigrants think that they're able to do whatever they want to do. You're just not. Okay, you're not allowed to let them, keep trying to replace our human beings. That's not how we find a job. Okay, the way that you find a job is you have to apply. You have to apply. You have to see where there's an opening. When you see that there's opportunity and there's opening, then you can apply for the job, okay? But if you know that somebody already has the job and already filled the job, you don't keep fighting. That's why, there's a lot of crime happening and people are missing and, it's murder scenes and everything else, okay? People don't know. It's about $900 and something, okay, to have every person removed. Okay, because you're not allowed to just do whatever you want to do. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of money, Okay, but you're not allowed to just do whatever you want to do. You're not allowed to, replace our human beings, who are supposed to be doing a job. Okay, then there's someone who's sitting up here looking for the income, and then you're going to be the person who's going to say, oh, well, we've removed the income. No, you're not allowed to, steal our jobs, take our jobs, replace them with a human being. We don't have a job site like that. Okay, you don't say, oh, okay, well, this human being over here is like your Indeed search. You're looking for a job for immigrants. Oh, go over there. You know what I'm saying? They probably have a lot of opportunities. No, you don't. Why? Because I am an American citizen. You don't use me for your jobs either. I don't understand why someone doesn't know that you're not using people. That is not a profit for you. You have to ask me if I'm hiring. You don't make people think that I'm a talent agent. I'm not no talent agent. Okay? You don't just keep hiring people around me all the time and think like, oh, well, you don't need your jobs. Oh, you don't need no food. Oh, you don't need this. Oh, you don't need that. That's not in our Constitution. Our Constitution is not to put immigrants first. Okay, the Constitution, federal right, is called the American First Act. Okay, you do not go and decide to have your human being from another country who's worth $0. Okay, and then you're going out here now scouting, looking for citizens who are still foreign Americans, but they're born in a U.S. citizen to qualify now for the job. But there was no job opening. There was a trade agreement that happened. There was a partnership agreement that happened between those two people that already happened. Okay, you cannot go and say that he was hiring for a job or I was hiring for a job. There's no job that was hiring. There was a trade, there was an agreement, there was a partnership there that was agreed between those two people. And the exchange was, you give me this for that. So I have to give him myself for my debt to be paid. Okay, there was a debt that was there. And it was paid. That was the trade agreement. The agreement is not, that there was a job opening. And now we're just trying to figure out like who's the best, who's the cutest, who's the greatest, who can do what. We're looking for the most talent. That wasn't the agreement. Okay, so I don't like that the immigrants are incompetent. They're incompetent. They don't know how to go out and find new opportunities for themselves. Okay, they keep thinking that I'm their referral. I'm not your referral. I'm not the person who put you here. I am not your business agent or whatever it is that you think I am. Because as soon as you tell someone that, I'm going to tell them to take everything that you have back. Why? Because it doesn't belong to you. That's all mine. Okay, I don't care what President Trump likes. I don't care if he only likes Asian Orientals and Mexicans. I do not care. That is not my business. Okay, that is his opinion. That is not my business. It's not even the law. Okay, he might be a crooked criminal, but guess what? That has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. Nothing to do with me at all. Okay, and don't try to change your mind and bring your mind over here, bring your mind over there to try to break out of the box some more. You keep your mind in order and find out where your politics is. Your politics is in your country because that's what you need. I'm not your country person. Okay, that's an immigration abuse. Because I know you understand English, but yet you want to sit up here and have a foreign language. You understand English. Somebody around you understands English because you were able to translate that me and this man over here had a partnership. So someone around you can speak English. But I'm telling you, because you do know English and he or she knows English, okay? He told you or somebody told you, okay? That's what the agreement is. That's what the agreement was. And so don't go messing up the agreement because he can't go and create the debt again for those people. It's something personal that okay? You can't go and take people already, the money already exchanged. You need to learn to mind your business. That's a complete deal already. You need to learn to mind your business. Okay, and go find you some business in your own country. Stop always having somebody to keep hitting you on the head. Why? Or on your hand. Why? Because you're not having a good time. Okay, you say that you are having a good time because you went and spent some of my money on that fashion fair in California. Okay, but you should go look at your bank account now. Okay, it's going to stay like that. You understand that? It's going to stay in negative. Why? Because that wasn't your money to think that you were going to have a fun. Yeah, that's right. Go and call all the Mexicans and all the royalty merchants and everybody else and tell them that you don't have any money now because they took the money to have the party in California without the real host, Taisha Isom, the legislator. Do you understand that? Right. So leave it negative. Okay? Because somebody around you can speak English. All right? And that's how we're going to do that. Learn your lesson. Learn how to be a better human being. Learn your own civil and human rights. Learn your civil rights in your country. Okay? Go out there and you find the people that your countrymen hate and that you hate too. Not here in America.